Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the orange pipe slash
Bitcoin
pipe. So let's load some
fiat
into this little bastard. We'll use our finger to clear kind of a wider hole. That was pretty decent. I might hit that again.
Welcome back, Hardforkers, and welcome back to a very good friend and regular guest, Didi. Good to see you.
Hi, Sean. Good to see you again, man. Long time ago.
Well, it hasn't been that long, but we haven't actually had a chat with the two of us for a while. And given you were the person I did my very first video with back in, I think it was early mid-2017, what better time to do another one? We've had a new all-time high.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? I love it. I quickly jumped into my jacuzzi with a Bacardi Coke and enjoyed the moment to the fullest.
Well, I'm having a nice glass of red here on a warm sultry evening in Singapore. So enjoy you, because probably a little bit too early for a Bacardi and Coke for you. But Didi, I went back through our first video today and had a bit of a chuckle. There were numerous comments in there about you being a complete idiot, because at the end of the day, you were that really sort of the first guy to be known globally as going all in on Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah, I was really crucified for that. I was loved and crucified at the same time. So there was a lot of people that were like, wow, amazing. I would love to do that as well, but my wife won't allow me. And the other part was like, what a crazy idiot. That's a Dutch fool. Never go all in. The first rule of trading is only trade with the part that you are prepared to lose. They just didn't realize that we were prepared to lose everything. That's all.
Yeah. So I think on that note, what I think what's going to be interesting tonight, I mean, we'll obviously just go with the flow. We're good mates. We'll chat away. But for the audience, I think it's quite interesting to, given you were that guy globally famous for going all in, I'd love to hear how you're looking at the market now, both from a technical analysis point of view, how you're trading it, and then we'll, as you say, zoom out and look at some of the fundamentals. So, the reality is most of the audience want to hear our thoughts on where we think the price of this thing is going, and we'll talk pretty much just about Bitcoin tonight. I mean, where do you want to kick this off? Should we have a look at a couple of charts I know you've got there? We'll talk a few technicals and then get into the fundamentals.
Cool. I think I have some really nice chart over here just to show, what is happening in the short term. I think people always want to know what is the short term, and what is going to happen in the long term.
I want to hear about your Didi BAM indicator tonight as well.
If I show you the BAM indicator, you will stop doing videos and we just trade in it, because
well, we'll talk about that off camera. Actually, on that note, I got to say this before we get going. I'd like to give a massive shout out to Prime XBT, who after 4 years of educating people on Bitcoin and making content, it's great to have a sponsor. We really do appreciate that support, and I know they support you as well, Didi.
Man, it's a beautiful company, Sean. Prime XBT, I love the exchange. It's just, they think of a lot of stuff, and you can do copy trading, and you can do these turbo games, and the trading works really simple. I'm very thankful as well, of course, that they support me. So I'm not shilling them because they support me. I'm shilling them because I trade on Prime XBT myself as well, and it's just a cool exchange. There's a nice volume. Everything is nice. It's simple, and it works perfect always.
Yeah, it is simple. I've been using it extensively. One of the reasons I really want to get into some of your charts and see what your moves are going to be. Once again, thanks to Prime XBT. Link below, people. If you are trading, check it out. So, Didi, what do you got for us chart-wise?
So, I'm going to share this one first. I don't know if you can see the chart.
I can. Take it away.
I am going to share these charts first because I always use other people's charts that I find, because I love to share other people's opinion as well. And I will show you my opinion at the end with my BAM indicator. But this is a really cool chart. It's a 4-hour chart. I love the chart. So you see, we are here in December now, and you can see, if we look to the last month of Bitcoin, that we were forming this huge bullish, so like widening pennant like this. You can see the double top over here. Then we went down, but we came up higher. Again, we made a double top, and we went down to this blue line, and again, we went higher. Again, we made a double top, we came down to the blue line, and again, we went higher. Again, we make a double top over here now. I think we are making a double top. I think there is a chance we will come lower. So I think we could go to like 18K somewhere. but then again accelerate all the way up to 21K. Because that is exactly what this like widening channel is showing us. Every time the same move. Even when we look at the RSI, you can see it here. You can see the same move. You see, we go to the bottom and then we go up. Again, the RSI breaking out, and that's the moment when we go up. Again, so it's repeating itself. And I think this is a really cool short-term chart that is showing exactly what we can expect for the short term in Bitcoin. Then there is another really cool chart that I want to share with you. Give me a second to open that one. You don't want to see the bam bam yet, and you don't want to see the video I'm editing, and you don't want to see my private emails. I need to.
A link below to Didi's channel, by the way, people. He really does make fantastic content on the daily.
It's this chart, Sean, that I also want to share with you guys. I'm talking a little bit about this chart in my Bitcoin channel, in my channel today as well. This one is created by Charles BTC. I love his Twitter, by the way.
I think we're on the same chart there, Didi.
Serious?
Yeah.
What do you mean, the same chart?
It hasn't changed.
Sorry, 1 second. I need to change it.
Not that it needs to. This is a good chart.
No, I want to do it different. So I need to share another chart. I want to share this one. Sorry. Now you see a different one.
Yep.
So this one, I love this chart. It's made by Charles BTC. Really cool Twitter. He has a lot of cool charts. And this one is showing us what happens with the Bitcoin price 2 years after the halving, in the 2 years after the halving. So we can see this beautiful gray line here. This is the 2012 halving over there. And then we can see how the price did the 2 years after. Then we have the 2016 halving. Same. We can see what it did. It peaked over here, December 2017. Probably everybody remembers. And you can see that they all work with the 200-day moving average. They touch it, that they cross it, that we go up. And now we see today. It started here, the halving, and now we have 2 years in front of us. I think it can take another, if we took to look at the days, another 350 days to reach the new top, which would be around here, around this 100,000 US dollar in Bitcoin. Those 350 days, if we would do the same that we did in history, would put us again in December. And that would mean that every time the cycle is in December at the top. That would mean in 2013, we have a top in the bull run, 2017 in December as well, and 2020 again as well. So if we just keep on track and repeating what we did in history after the halving, we could easily go one line higher to this line. And that would easily bring us at 100,000 US dollars. I love this chart. It's a really simple chart, but it shows me, again, you know, what we have been saying all the time. I think Bitcoin can go really high. And I think I really believe this. So that was the two zoomed out charts that I wanted to share with you.
Very good.
Do you have any charts before we go to the bam bam?
I do. I think you may have actually covered one of these the other day in your video, so I'll get you to comment on it. We've actually got two here. This one gives us the wonderful figure of 590K. We'll take that. Thank you very much. This one is the Nupal. So effective. You want to talk us through this one, Didi? I think you covered it the other day.
I think it's a net unrealized profit and loss chart. The way I see this chart is really easy. You have all these colors, and these colors represent the phase we are in with the psychology of the community of the market. And so you have capitulation, you have the hope, you have the optimism, you have the belief, and you have the euphoria phase. So every time again in these bull runs, you can see the same colors following each other up. So here in 2012, you see we just ended the bear phase and we went up, and then we went into the hope phase, and from the hope phase we went into the optimism phase. We touched a little bit greenish over there, but we still stayed in the optimism phase. Then we went into the belief phase. This is this green phase over here. And in this green phase in the top, you don't see it really cool. There's a small blue part, and this blue part is the euphoria phase. That is the top of the market. And every time we see this top of the market, that is when the market changed around to a bearish market again. Like you can see here, 2014, we went bam down. We went up, all the same colors, beautiful Rastafari colors, like I say it. I love the Rastafari colors. We made 1,200% profit. We came into this blue area, bam, bearish here. Okay, we're gone. Bearish here to the bottom. Now, for me, the most important part of this one is the green period. Because this green period, this is the belief period. This is the bull run period. Like you can see when the green started in 2016, 17, that is the huge acceleration of the Bitcoin price. The blue one is just the top, but the green period is where you take the profits. And this whole green period in the last bull run, and the previous bull run, I should say, took over 12 months. And if we now look into today, over here, that now is the moment that we start to see green again. So the question now, is this the moment that we see here, the small dot, and go back to yellow again? I don't think so, because we already had it over here. So for me, this is now here, at this point in the 1200 run. So I think we are starting to form this 12-month long green belief period, where we can again see this increase of 1,000%. Let's do it a little bit less. Let's take it like only 600%, you know?
Yeah.
And then we'd still see the 50K to 100K price.
So I guess, you know, there's a couple more charts I'll bring up shortly, Didi, but maybe just off the back of that one, it's a good time to maybe talk about sort of fundamentals and a bit of psychology. You know, we talk about belief periods and so forth. You know, when we sat down on that beautiful beach in Koh Phangan back in, I think it was middle of 2017, the price was, I don't know, from memory, I think it was around 2 or 3K. Where does this feel to you? We're obviously sort of, you know, clearly going into a bull market now, or at least we hope so. How would you compare it to that 2017 year? I mean, we met for the first time early 2017. We made a few videos giving our thoughts. I'll put links to those below. But how does this one feel to you? Where do you think we're at?
You know, it feels completely different. You know, the whole community changed, the whole industry changed, and the whole base of people that are now driving this bull run changed. Like in 2017, it was me and it was you and it was the normal people. It was all my friends, my aunts, my uncle, my grandfather, my grandmother, and that felt more like a community bull run.
It was Bitcoin meetups and that fantastic bar in Koh Phangan. Shout out to Chris, where we literally, you know, we had sort of 20 or 30 people coming along. We'd educate everyone on Bitcoin. I mean, that's what it was then. I mean, this is vastly different now, isn't it?
Yeah, because you know that gives you a different feeling. If you chat everybody with normal day people and they're all bullish and they're all happy because of the bull run, that's a complete different picture now. This bull run is not driven by people. This bull run is driven by multi-billion-dollar companies.
Yeah.
You know,
so what have we had? We've had Michael Saylor come in with close to $500 million in a Bitcoin purchase. We've got Paul Tudor Jones. Grayscale are buying up left, right, and center. I mean, they're not really a new entrant. They've been around for a while, but buying 10,000 Bitcoin at a price of 18K is pretty huge. I heard the other day we've got the New Zealand Pension Fund have invested in Novogratz's Galaxy Digital. So my parents actually own more Bitcoin without even realizing it now. Well done, mum and dad. But
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it is. PayPal, you know, if PayPal wants to sell Bitcoin to the people all over the world, they need to buy Bitcoin. And that's why PayPal, Grayscale, MicroStrategy, Guggenheim, all these billion-dollar companies are buying up Citibank in the United States. They're all buying up all newly mined Bitcoins. And when you buy up all newly mined Bitcoins, the only thing you can see then is that you have a supply crisis. There is not enough Bitcoin anymore to buy.
No.
The only Bitcoins that the normal people can buy is the Bitcoins that we trade, you know, that we...
Well, I suppose on that note, you know, when you really sort of zoom out and if you think, you know, going back to those days on a tropical island where we used to pay each other in Bitcoin, I had a little circular economy on the island where everyone was Bitcoiners. You pay your bar bill in Bitcoin, you pay for the hotel in Bitcoin. Really, right now, if someone said to me, well, you would pay for something in Bitcoin, not in BTC, no, hell no.
I'm still doing it, Sean. I'm still
doing really?
it, Sean. I'm all, you know, that's the story. We are all in. I cannot use anything else.
Yeah.
Or I exchange my Bitcoins to cash and I use the cash to pay, or I pay directly with Bitcoin. I prefer to pay directly with Bitcoin because then I support the community. Here
Mm.
on the beach in Lagos, there is a beach bar. This guy, I go there every day to drink a Bacardi Coke. I'm convinced him now to accept Bitcoins. He's accepting Bitcoins with the QR code. So every time I pay my bill with Bitcoins. I'm going to do sailing this week with the sailing guy. There's a sailing school. I told him I will sail with you, but I will pay in Bitcoins. I told him how to open a wallet. I will pay my sailing trip in Bitcoins. That is
Okay.
what I do as a family. So I keep convincing everybody to understand, and for the people that don't know or don't have money to buy Bitcoins, because there's a shitload of them that don't, they're
Mm.
just not able, they just need to understand and investigate. You can do a lot of other things as well and earn Bitcoin.
It's a
You
tricky
can
one,
shop.
isn't it? It's a really tricky one because for for me, Bitcoin going back 4 years, of course we used it all the time. Yes, the price would jump around or not a lot, but um, part of me now is like, geez, is BTC the one to sit on? Is it going? Is it really becoming that sort of what's still a speculative store of value, that digital gold? I understand what you're doing. You want to show people, the utility and have, but there may be other coins that are
No,
that are.
no, oh, wait, but Sean, don't misunderstand me. It is not about me. It is not about showing the utility. It is about getting people on board in Bitcoin and making sure that all those hardworking people also have some Bitcoins.
Yeah,
And I'm prepared to share the Bitcoins I make every day with
yeah,
those people by educating them and paying my small bills every day in Bitcoins so they
yeah.
accumulate Bitcoins. And
Mm.
for all the other people that don't know how to accumulate Bitcoin, man, there are nowadays so many tough, cool things. You can even shop using your crypto.com credit card, get Bitcoin cashback. So you use your filthy dollar and euros to pay your Christmas shoppings, and you get cashback in Bitcoin. That's how you earn Bitcoin. You can use Storm X, which is an app. If you use the Storm X app and buy everything on Alibaba, eBay, through the Storm X app, you get crypto cashback. You earn Bitcoins by doing what you normally do. So I
Yeah,
think people need to understand that you can also earn Bitcoin by doing just the thing
yeah,
that you always do.
yeah.
So I'm still there to educate people, and I do agree with you. I
Look,
think
I can't think of too many people in this entire space that do a better job than you, and I know how much you donate and give away as well. You are the good guy in this space amongst some fairly ruthless people. I mean, at the end of the day, this has been the best performing asset in human history. There's
and it's going to stay and be, because I believe that I agree with you. It is turning slowly into this rich man's tool, like gold also did in the beginning.
mm,
And people also in the 20s tried to ban gold. I think gold was even illegal for a certain period of time all
yeah,
over the world. This is what they tried with Bitcoin. These huge industries, these huge companies, these huge trust funds, these huge pension funds, these governments, these Iranese power plants now mining Bitcoins are not doing it because they don't understand what is happening. They
yeah,
realize
correct.
that this is going
Yeah,
to be the
absolutely.
21st century gold. It is.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
Sorry.
here's a few more interesting facts to sort of give us some talking points. If we look at Fidelity, who we both know have been around this space for a long time. They were one of the first big players in here, if not the biggest to really come in first. I mean, they're talking to their fund managers, advising that 3% of those portfolios should go into Bitcoin now, and you're talking trillions under management here. BlackRock are obviously looking at Bitcoin
Jesus.
closely now. That's just hit the news. I think there's 7 trillion under management, maybe the biggest AUM in the world. The big players are here. I guess my attitude is to really sort of up my personal efforts to help the everyday person understand what Bitcoin is. It is that layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 money. It is the hardest money we've ever seen. And COVID and this financial crisis, which is upon us, but hasn't really hit hard yet. People really will finally understand what money printing is about, what money really is, and the problems that Bitcoin solves. And that's why these institutions are coming in now. They get that. We talk about these big players, but we've also got at a state level, we've got the Venezuelan government now, very similar to what Iran have done. That they've made it very difficult, or if not illegal, for the average day person to mine Bitcoin. They've pulled, they're coming in full force here. So it is becoming that sovereign asset now as well, which is huge.
Yeah, you can see. Do you see the chart I'm sharing at the moment?
Right. Talk us through it.
Here, you can see him.
Yeah.
Check it. Stanley Morgan went in. Bitcoin up. Jim Cramer, PayPal, JP Morgan, Druckenmiller, Citibank, BlackRock, Bernstein. This is not the smallest companies anymore, you know.
No.
I still don't understand that these guys like Peter Schiff. Oh my God, how retarded can you be? When will there be a moment that this guy starts to realize that he was wrong?
Well, last I saw Peter Schiff, he was on 60 Minutes in Australia getting called out for questionable banking practices in Puerto Rico.
Yes. Crazy guy, man. But cool. Sorry.
Yeah. So look, I mean, it's a completely different landscape, is it? I mean, we've had, you know, a number of years now of rather painful experiences with a lot of people saying, "Oh, you idiots," you know, being the guy at the party who would find one other person who was interested in Bitcoin and you stand in the corner and talk to them all night. Now everyone wants to come and talk to you. I mean, you know, for me, it's gone from you know, that rickety beach shack bar in Copenhagen, educating all the people that would show up every Wednesday, to, you know, this week I'm talking with a guy, a family office with $500 million under management. They want to learn about Bitcoin. They don't have a position. They're the people that are coming to me now, which, you know, that's nice, but it's also very, very frustrating because, you know, we've talked to We're Blue in the Face for a number of years. It was all we do on the daily. I'd love to see more of the average person taking a position. On that note, what are you telling, you know, to that average person? I mean, obviously, it's tough times for so many people now, but and it is. It's that we're not giving financial advice, but someone that maybe has got a few $1,000s. You know, friends and family, obviously I'm bleating away in the background trying to get them to increase their position. How are you approaching that small investor? What are you saying to people?
Just buy Bitcoins and do all the ordinary stuff you daily do where you can earn Bitcoin. If you do your Christmas shopping, use these debit cards where you get cash back. Use these platforms online, like Lolly, I think, is the biggest one in the US. StormX is also in the US, but also the rest of Europe. Use them. You just do what you normally do and you earn some cash back every day. Everybody spends like 50,000 US dollar a year as a family. So why not get a 4% cashback in crypto on those 50,000 US dollar? That's how you accumulate slowly Bitcoins.
Yeah.
And to the other people, you know, I'm like you, Sean. I'm in it for the revolution, Bitcoin revolution, sure, not for nothing. But I also started to understand that people get into the industry just for money. That is why I created the Didi Bam Bam indicator for new people that get into this industry. That if they want to start trading, that they trade in a safe way with low leverages and still make profits to accumulate more Bitcoin. I would love to see the normal people hodl more Bitcoin. But the numbers are telling us different. You know, the numbers I just investigated last week, 95% of the total Bitcoin market cap is in wallets bigger than 1 Bitcoin. So 95% of the total market cap is hodled in Bitcoin wallets that have more than 1 Bitcoin. Only 5% of the market cap still is in wallets with less than 1 Bitcoin. This means that the normal persons are not holding Bitcoins anymore. It's all the institutions. It's all the bigger investment people. So I just try to tell them, come on, guys, just do the stuff you always do and start to accumulate a little bit by little bit Bitcoin. And if you have a third car, sell your third car, buy Bitcoins now, and buy your third car back next year after the bull run. If you have a holiday house, sell your holiday house, buy Bitcoins, buy your holiday house. You know, it's just, I also try to make fun and entertainment because it is that. That's what we did.
I guess that sort of leads me on to, you know, the elephant in the room. You know, we've got this new all-time high now. I think it'll really hit the front page of mainstream media when we really pop past 20K and surge forward. We've obviously just nudged it. The reality is that, you know, when it was front page news last time, bang, we just collapsed back down and we collapsed pretty fast. I think between 215 and 217, the average pullback was 37%, which is huge. So, one of the guys on one of my other shows laughing at me the other day when I'm calling it a store of value or speculative store of value when it still has these big swings. My personal opinion is we won't see these massive pullbacks like this. But do you think we've got another one on our hands now? Do you think we're going further forward in near term? And how do you explain when you're talking to that average person who I'm sure is going to, it's difficult when you come in and you buy this thing and all of a sudden you see a massive correction. They always jump out and the seasoned traders eat up that new money, or that they like to call it dumb money. It's a horrible way to describe it. Yeah. What are you saying to those to people on that front? That's what they're all terrified of.
Yeah, but that's what I feel the same. I feel the same like you. It's the 2017 bull runs. We saw 30 to 40% corrections, and this last correction that we now saw was 16%, only 16%. But I'm slowly starting to believe that we won't see bigger crashes than 16% because all Bitcoins are being bought up every day again and again and again, even at these prices. Still, I don't think that only buying up the prices controls the market. I still think 30% of the people that trade are just normal traders, and they still, have this market cycle they go through, check the Wall Street cheat sheet. So I do think we see a crash, but I think maybe to 17K or something like this, I don't see us going back to 3K or 5K. There are still a lot of people, Elliott wave supporters, that say, we will be in the corrective wave. We will go to 3K again. I'm not a believer of this. I don't see this happening now. I can see this happening maybe in another bear time, but even then, people that want to go into it, dollar cost average, buy a little Bitcoin by little Bitcoin every time it dips, buy a little bit Bitcoin. Stop dreaming that you will be able to buy Bitcoins at 1K, 3K, 10K. Yes, I also, in Kraken, I have buy orders around 1K and 2K. But I have my buy orders around 1K and 2K because I hope that some idiot makes a mistake when he wants to sell his Bitcoin for 20K. He just puts in 2K or 1K when he wants to sell for 10K, and then I pick up the buy. But I don't believe that we will go there.
Oh, come on. You wouldn't enjoy taking that money off someone.
It's what it is, and I try to trade every day, Sean, to just accumulate more Bitcoins. It's what I do. Try to.
Yeah, I think I learned a lot of trading lessons in 217 Didi, and obviously we're supported by Prime XBT, and it's not financial advice, but I think do your homework if you're going to be a trader, really understand what you're talking about. But for me, the fundamentals here. Still, it's always been the case. We know this thing is only going one direction. I think the only reason, for me, Bitcoin it's always been that play. This thing either goes to zero because there is some bug that kills it. I think that's unlikely. Obviously, we've got the ability to hard fork if that were to happen, or it just keeps on going up. And here we are 4 years later, making another video, and it's going up.
I really like it.
We'll be doing a video of 4 years saying, wow, remember when it was 20K? I really do.
4 years ago, we did this interview with CNBC. Yeah. It was the first big interview. And at that interview, Bitcoin was around $5,000. And at that moment, I said, man, I believe in 2020, it can be 4 times higher than this, around $20,000. I was right. We are now around $20,000.
Well, look, you were right. And anyone watching this video, if you're not familiar with Didi, there is a link below. Make sure you follow his channel. Where you've got a long digital record that's there for all to see. There's going to be a multitude of new people coming into the space on YouTube and elsewhere, telling you how to play this market. Do your homework. Find out the people that have been here for, especially during the bull, the bear market, putting content out there. And I think we really do think you're one of the best, Didi. Your morals are right up there. I love the fact that for you, this hasn't just been about the money. Obviously we've got to, we fully understand that for an audience to follow any of these channels, you've got to talk price. That's what people are primarily interested in. Um,
Yeah, and it's not bad to make money, We
no,
make money, but we share the money, and that's, I think,
yeah,
the goal. We need to lead by
absolutely.
example. Yeah, everybody can make money, but please help people. Like now for Christmas, we are searching for some charities, uh, preferable kids, homeless kids charities that we can help celebrating a beautiful Christmas. We did this last year, and we want to do it this year again. So now I'm publicly searching for those places that want to accept donations in Bitcoin, and if not, I will help them. I'm talking to an Indonesian one and one in India and Sri Lanka. So I'm educating them now how to add a Bitcoin wallet to the website, and then I will do my donations again so that they have beautiful Christmas as well with all the kids over there.
Yeah.
And I think that is very important. That should be one of the drives from this community, to spread the richdom, spread it evenly out, because that is, I think one of the goals of creating peer-to-peer cash,
Yeah.
include people into the monetary system. But yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of, I love to see you taking a lead on that. I'd love to see some of the other players in this space do a bit more of that. I mean, to me, if I think about some of the negatives about Bitcoin, we know some of the bigger players here, and it's a little bit daunting to me that if Bitcoin really does become that, that 500K asset, some of the people we know are just going to be, oh God, not you.
Yeah. Yeah,
We'll
I don't.
We'll see. Now,
Yeah.
listen, on that note, maybe before we sort of talk on a couple of other topics, I just want to sort of touch on maybe some of the negatives or threats that you might see at the moment. What could go wrong with Bitcoin, and maybe what are some of the negative things that you sort of see playing out at the moment or in the future?
I really don't see any negative thing. I just try to see it all as positive. I battled for a long time, and in my head between the positive and the negatives, and why I don't see it as positive that, like, now the big players are buying up all the bitcoins. But that would be for me the negative part. That it becomes a rich man's tools again, like gold, and the normal people are not able to use it as peer-to-peer cash anymore. And that's why I'm happy that there are these hard forks and that will replace, for example, the peer-to-peer cash. But I still have this little voice in my head that's telling me, don't give up too early, guys, because there needs to just be one development into Bitcoin, and it becomes a store of value as gold, a peer-to-peer cash, plus the first ever asset in the world that is not only store of value, a peer-to-peer cash, but also tradable as futures, options, and all the other things we can do with it. And that's like very unique. So
it is unique. I mean, it's really the first time in history that we've got a money that is all those different layers. It's a layer one money, which is your physical money. It's that layer two, which is a promissory note paper, and on and on. It's an amazing thing we have here. We're just going to tell us we're going to get the average people to get some of it, Didi. Then you can sell it to those rich people in a couple of years.
That's what I just made a video that, like, I think the Bitfinex hack still has like $2.3 billion worth of bitcoins.
Yeah.
I think it will grow so big. I really think it will grow so big that in a couple of years, the governments all over the world, central banks all over the world, they are going to contact those hackers to please be able to buy those stolen bitcoins of them without giving them any punishment if they can buy them 30% cheaper as the price. I think Bitcoin will do this. And then these hackers will be very, very happy hackers, laughing their asses off, selling their bitcoins for 30% cheaper without ever getting punishment anymore.
It actually raises an interesting point, and I see where you're coming from with that. But on another level, because Bitcoin does go to so many decimal places, whether or not that would be necessary, another way to look at that would be for me. It's been quite surprising that a number of loud voices in the Bitcoin space who were all about using, the Wasabi wallet, mixing coins, that sort of term, a tainted Bitcoin, we have all these chain analysis companies that are coming in now. To what degree they'll be able to go back through a blockchain and figure out, was that coin used in some nefarious activities? Could we have lots of different layers of Bitcoins? I'm surprised. I've got an interesting interview with a Bitcoin OG in the next couple of days on this topic, because a lot of those real sort of hardcore cypherpunk Bitcoiners, they were very much about the privacy aspects of Bitcoin and mixing coins. I don't tend to hear those voices being so loud anymore. Whether or not they've just gone, well, hey, I'm rich now. I'm not. I don't give a shit about those aspects. I don't know. That's still an issue that's out in play for me.
Yeah, it's shit, or it's fear. It's fear. Maybe it's that they just don't want to be public anymore because they know that they are, closing into all these Bitcoiners. And like the States today announced again a stupid rule. Now they want to have, now they want to have stable coins go through the same regulations as a bank. It's. I also think in the news you need to zoom out a little bit because the fact that the United States is making or trying to make a rule to let stable coins do the same thing the banks do, get a license from the Federal Reserve, get a license from the federal insurance company, get a license of a bank regulation and all that stuff. I do think that they really think that they still are the boss of the world. Are they really that stupid to still think that if they make a law in the United States that all these companies don't open a Liechtenstein company where they will open a stable coin or Liberland or which other country is possible? Yeah. It's so stupid to see that those governments are so slow that they don't understand that we are making the biggest social economic shift ever before. We will not see this big shift in the economic system ever again. And they are still fighting it with laws in their countries. We are one big world. There is no law of the United States that stops people in Europe using it, or Asia, or Australia, or New Zealand.
Yeah,
I get sick of all the regulations, and I get sick of all the companies in crypto that pretend to be crypto companies but don't live the true fundamentals and try to catch all the illegal Bitcoins. Why the fuck are you in this industry? Go out, go away, go to the banking industry. Go catch criminals that fund wars. And
I had two of them contact me in the last week asking if they put articles on my website. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I'm hopping on that shit. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Look, I suppose where we're at right now is, this is new territory. It's completely different. As we started off the show, we're talking about sitting at a little beach hut in Copenhagen, educating people on Bitcoin, ultimately educating people on money. I mean, I don't think you can really understand Bitcoin unless you understand money and how the financial system works. Yeah. For me, that's been the most amazing thing that I've nothing comes out of this other than that great lesson. I'm happy. It's been one hell of a ride, and it looks like it's just getting into super interesting territory now. And once again, to the average person out there, take the time, learn about Bitcoin. You're not too late.
Yep. Just go to the didibam.com website and join the revolution.
Absolutely. Well, there is indeed a link to that below. So tell us about the BAM indicator, Didi. Let's get back to a little technical chat here. Where's your where are you picking we're going in the next week or two? I've got someone coming on tomorrow night who's very much an OG, who's calling 30K in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so
which is brave, and I've said he actually pulled out of making a show last night after calling me during the day saying that's where we're going. So I'm going to hold him to it.
Yeah, why not? It's possible, For me, I zoom out as much as they are starting to vacuum clean. For me, I just zoom out. So I don't care if we go to 30K next week. I'm looking at the end of the cycle next year, and I think we will be at $100,000. Yeah. And in between that period, I just trade the moments I'm able to trade. That's why I started to work together with Margin Call, and Margin Call is this indicator that created together with me, the Didi Bam Bam indicator. And this Didi Bam Bam indicator is very simple, telling you when to buy or when to sell your Bitcoins. And I can't make it more easy for new people than this Bam Bam indicator. This is the 4-hour chart. You see my screen, don't you?
I do indeed. And so how do I get to use the Bam Bam indicator? How do people watching?
You just go to didibam.com.
DidiBam.com. Okay.
And then you need to fill a form, and we will take it from there. But like you can see, it's very simple. I try to keep it simple. It's a 4-hour chart, so you can trade like you're not sitting behind a chart every minute of the day. You can also trade all the other time frames. You can even trade gold, Tesla, all the stocks, whatever you want, all the cryptocurrencies out. Here, the Bam Bam indicator is telling me to do a long. There's a green flag. We don't take this long till we see this blue line crossing this white line. When this blue line is crossing the white line, we can take a risky long. If you want to take a secure long, we wait till the first candle closes above this yellow stepping line.
Yeah.
If it closes over there, you can see this blue line crossing the green line. That would be a very safe long to play. From that moment, we are in the long. You play with a leverage of 10, which is nothing, so you can't go step out. And you stay in the long from the 28th of November till the short. That's the 1st of December. So that's 2 things you need to do in those 4 days. Buy and sell, or use a trailing stop loss on Bybit, for example, or any other exchange, and then you get stop out when it falls. This is a 4-hour chart. Like if you want to see people that day trade, I'm going to tell you a little bit more. I won't talk too much because else you will get crazy with me again. So this is a 15-minute chart, for examtle. A little more clear. Here, this is a short. You can see this line crossing the white line. We can see the green going down into the beach. These are the hills. This is where the bulls are still grassing their grass, where they are very bullish. Here they go to the sea, they are drowning. This is a triple confirmation. 1, 2, plus the blue sea that we need a short. We are going into the short, we have the short. We are entering a long, we take the long. We are going, this long is stopped out over here. So it's still profit, but not as much. And again here, we could enter the long, or we wait till the candle closes above and then play it more secure. You can see the blue line above this one. It's just on the point every time, again and again and again. And that's the Didi Bam indicator. You can use it on Tesla if you want to use it on Tesla. I will zoom out to Tesla, to the 1-day chart, for example, whatever. There's the 1-day chart just to show you how it works. You see here the short and the long, because you have like a triple confirmation. This one, we won't take the short because the blue line is above the red line. And because here we don't have a lot of beach time, this short we won't take. We will wait for the long. Then the long comes on the 16th of November. It closes above. We take the long. Even in Tesla, we would have taken the long. And we would still be in the long, to be very honest. It's
very good.
It's really cool to see how this Bam Bam indicator is like calling out all that stuff. I to play around, because I'm a very lazy guy. I even said, man, okay, so how will we do on a weekly chart, for example?
I was trading a 1-minute chart all weekend. I'm not doing that again.
No, that's nothing for me. No, here for me, this is for me, the weekly chart. Here, I take a long here with a low leverage on the 9th of December. I get out on the 4th of February. That's nice trading. Here, you get a long on the 19th of October. You're still on this long on the weekly chart. There's multiple ways to use the Didi Bam Bam indicator, and it's also, we have a Discord channel where we educate. We have a 140-page manual with it. We have 10 educational videos, how we explain how to interpret, these 3 indicators. So you have the clouds, you have the yellow stepping line, you have this line, the white, the blue, the red, and the green. You have the B. So we educate people, and then we teach them to just trade with low leverage. But a trade of 2%, a 2% profit times the leverage of 10 is a 20% profit.
Yeah.
So I believe that the Bam Bam indicator is a really cool tool for starting people. And now I'm stopping shilling my project.
Get out, Didi. Awesome. Well, look, the other thing I wanted to just cover before we wrap it up this evening is obviously I'm seeing the tokenization of everything happening before my eyes. I'm involved with a big company here in Singapore who are going into the securitization of assets. That's in its very early days, but it's clearly coming. Tell us about the family token.
Yeah, the family token, Sean. Yeah, it started all. Yeah, we have our own family token. It's
It's
the
awesome.
ticker is $ and huge caps family.
Yeah.
I started the family token because I want to turn around the way people look at social media. At the moment, in social media, if I make a YouTube video, YouTube pays me some part of the advertisement they are selling. And I was looking for a way how I could incentivize my followers for following me, for subscribing to the channel, for watching the videos, for sharing the content. And there is no way. Even the new decentralized ways of social media, they are still built on this old concept that you create content to earn content.
Yep.
You are never able to be thankful to the people for watching your content. So I thought if I can use this family token for this, by hiding, for example, QR codes in my videos, that if people scan the QR code, so if they watch the video, they find the QR code, they scan it, they earn family tokens. And then with these family tokens, they can buy a Bitcoin t-shirt or go to my Discord server or get a discount somewhere. Then I turn around the system. Then I show people I care about you. I care about the fact that you watch my videos. And here, I appreciate it. You can have some family tokens. And it started like that. And of course, it grew. And then, yeah, it was listed on Uniswap. We now have a market cap of over 80,000 US dollar.
Wow.
Yeah, it grew really fast. We started at a price of
It was
2
a couple of
cents.
grand when I spoke to you a few weeks ago.
Yes, and at the price started at $2 and now we are already at $13 with with the family price. So also the price is going up, and the community is growing tremendously because people understand that I will use the profits we as a Bitcoin family brand make to
Yep.
share it with poor people all over the world, and
Yep.
to lead by example and to not become filthy rich or buy a Lamborghini. So people are very supportive to the family token. That's
Yep.
why I refer to everybody now as one huge big ass Bitcoin family that
Yep.
is there to educate each other. So they all log in into the Discord server, and everybody that helps other people, every time somebody helps somebody with answering a question, what is the candle? What is the wick? I give them one family. So
Yep.
I incentivize people to help each other, and I'm building out a huge community that is there that wants to help each other on a very nice way to understand Bitcoin crypto.
Yep.
Because free education doesn't exist, so I want to pay people for educating others, and that's what the family token and the brand is completely about. And yes, of course, it will increase in value, in my opinion, because I will keep adding kick-ass content and all that stuff because I'm just in it.
Yep.
It's my passion.
Yep.
But you know, I never know where it might lead. We started it with a plan, and all right, somebody start to drill. We'll go inside. It started all with a plan, and where it will end up now, I don't know. Let's just see. I go with the flow. Let's see where this will evolve and how big the family community will become and how big the family token will be in the future. It's yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It's
Didi,
a lot
I
of
have
fun.
no doubt it'll be big. You know, you've got a long digital record in the space now of doing nothing but great things. You know, I think you're an absolutely fantastic human being. I applaud your efforts, and I encourage everyone to check out Didi's channel, check out the family token, and the Bam Bam indicator if you are in fact trading.
It sounds really good. Be honest. How good does it sound? The Didi Bam Bam indicator. It just sounds like energetic. You want to have the Bam indicator.
Oh, look, mate, fantastic. I always love talking with you. So we'll.
Come, say hi to my beautiful daughter, Jolie. She is cooking some eggs.
Hey, Jolie, how are you? Good to see you. Hope to see you in Thailand next year.
He wants to see you in Thailand next year again. No. I know. Jolie wants to Bali.
To go to Bali, really?
Yeah, I don't know. We will see. We will still stay till the end of the year here.
Yeah.
And then
still looks like the sun's shining there. Is it still?
Yeah, it's beautiful weather in Portugal. It's completely blue sky. Wait, if you can see.
Yeah, that is blue.
It's blue. It's no, it's beautiful. It's 25 degrees. Yeah. In the evenings it gets chilly, and in the mornings also chilly. But during the day it's still nice.
Yeah.
So now it's beach time. If I end this one, I will go to the beach for my cocktail and pay with Bitcoins.
Awesome, brother. Look, Didi, always a pleasure, mate. I appreciate your time. You go and head down to the beach now and enjoy a cocktail. Tell everyone about Bitcoin.
About Bitcoin and hard forking, because I love what you have been doing the last couple of years, and I'm just wishing
4
every
years,
again when I
Didi.
see a
Four.
falling star.
4.
I said 4. I said 4 years. And I just wish every time I see this falling star that there were also some Bitcoins flowing into your channel, man, because you deserve it. Complete.
Thanks, mate. Awesome. Everyone, check out Didi's channel. Link below. And always a pleasure talking with you, matey. We'll see you very soon.
See you soon, Sean. In Portugal or Asia, wherever in the world, we zoom out and we check the charts for you.
Bam, bam.
Bam, bam.